Wow, you get 60 gold for your stuff.
Well, this is because it's 5 games in a row. And also, hey folks, welcome to Let's Drunk Hearthstone with me, Quill18, and also Briarstone.
Greetings.
You should check out his channel. It's linked down below. So yeah. They're not happy with win 3 games to get 40 gold. Now they're win 5 games to get 60 gold because they're assholes.
This makes it a little bit harder, actually.
Also, they won't give me priest in arena for some reason.
No?
No, never.
Never?
They give me lots of priest opponents, so I have to deal with their fucking bullshit all the time.
Priests do fuck bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So I'm at 2-0 right now, which seems like we could play now drunk. I mean, why not? This is a great time to do it.
Yes, we could. It's your account, so sure. Go ahead.
Or we could just spend a bunch of money and open some packs.
We could do that too. What do you want to do?
I don't know.
We haven't spent enough on Maker's Mark. It's fine. Decisions.
Let's open 15 packs.
All right, let's do that.
All right, because, you know, what's $20 other than 2 malaria nets? Seriously, $10 will buy you a malaria net, which will, on average, save the life of 1 human being.
Really?
So, there we go. Let's buy 15 packs.
Well, we just saved the life of a virtual character.
What's my password?
I don't know.
No, that's not it.
Try it. Everybody's like, I don't know.
All right. Packs acquired. Open packs.
All right, man.
All right.
You drag and you drop and you click.
I'm going to save time. I'm going to hit spacebar.
All right.
It's going to drag and drop for me.
Make sure you check and see what they are,
got it.
bro. Oh, rare.
Okay.
Normal.
Common.
Yeah.
Jungle Panther.
That's a good card, actually.
Yeah,
a 4/2 for 3. That's
frankly,
ridiculous.
I think it's a great 3, especially in arena.
Man, no kidding.
Yeah, in a non-arena, usually you're looking for cards that do specific things, but in arena, this thing is pretty good.
At 3 and stealth. That's the ticket.
Redemption, other than gimmicky shit, is not good.
No.
Most of the Paladin secrets are crap. The only good secrets are the Hunter secrets.
Those are pretty good.
They're fucking retarded.
Actually, you know what? The Paladin secret's up. Oh, you got 2 more rares.
Double rare!
Wow! Rare!
Did I seriously just get a gold Ancient Watcher?
I don't get it. What?
It's shit! That's what there is to get. It's shit. What you have to do is you have to have a deck that is based around the idea of casting an Ancient Watcher and then silencing it.
That's too wasteful.
I
mean, I understand 4/5 for 2. That's kind of strong, but you have to spend an owl or something to get it to fucking work.
Yeah, I'd rather just put in a Yeti and play the Yeti on turn 4.
Yes, no kidding.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I want to make a deck based on like just pure bullshit AoE shit. So I want to play a warlock.
That's like a
deck.
hippopotamus, right? Never mind.
I think
if you don't know, you don't need to know.
I want to play a warlock with Hellfire, Wild Pyromancer, and Baron Geddon. And probably some other stuff.
Make sure you get
and lots of the
Deathwing in there, because that's like the ultimate.
Maybe. And the Goblin Bombardier Dynamite guy who does 3 damage to 3 random characters other than him.
Right. What's the guy's name that does he doesn't do any damage, but he comes out and at the end of his turn or the beginning of his next turn. No. At the end of his turn, he's like a follower or something. At the end of his turn or the beginning of his next turn, he kills everything on the board.
Doomsayer!
That bastard!
Hey, you know what? Even though this is a common, or I think they call it an uncommon,
yeah.
I don't think I've got any or 2, or I don't know how many like spawners. So yeah, it comes in, he's a 5/5 for 4. The thing is, as he takes damage, he shrinks.
Right.
But you are playing a priest, which
you buff the shit out of him.
A means you can keep him healed, so he stays strong, but B mostly means you buff the shit out of him with Power Word Shield and stuff, and all of a sudden he's like a 15/15.
Or higher. Because you can, yeah.
This thing I think is crap.
Dust Devil, it depends on who you're going up against. Actually, it doesn't even matter who you're going up against. So many other enemies can just totally waste him. You can't do it against Janna, because Janna will be like, okay, dead. You can't do it against, the Druid, because the Druid, Malfurion, will just kill him. There's so many different things you can't... Well, I guess he can take some damage, but... You just can't do it. And it's overload too, which means you're skipping a couple turns.
It's really, yeah.
Basically.
It's really expensive.
Yes.
Summoner's Portal.
I like them. They work well in my deck.
I guess you could build a deck around it, but I mean, it's cost 4 to bring things down by 2.
Yes.
So you really have to make a super fatty deck.
Yes.
I think. I don't know. Isolance! I think is not very good.
Freezer character. I've seen it in play quite a number of times in Arena. Misdirection.
Misdirection is okay. It's not great because it is like another random character. Basically, it's like 50-50 chance of giving one of your dudes taunt or giving one of their dudes taunt. And in that case, it turns out to be like really good removal. But it's so random. I don't know.
This one's gotta have an epic in
This
here.
has got random. Mad Bomber, that's the guy's name.
Mad Bomber.
This thing in
It's
Arena
actually kinda
is
fun.
actually a good pick,
Yeah.
but is fucked up.
Yeah. He can do a lot of damage.
By the time this...
Butt damage to you as well.
Yes. Butt damage?
Butt damage.
So you haven't seen it yet, but at this point, I have put up an Arena video where I use Mad Bomber.
Yeah.
And first of all, I play him wrong. Secondly, he mostly loves to bomb me.
Oh, okay. So
Very
you're very unlucky with him.
Oh!
You do have an epic! Holy shit, man! Did I call that?
I need a legendary, though.
I need to call that more often.
Secret Keeper is crap.
Yeah.
It's crap. Like poop. Like from a butt. Like this butt right here that she's showing off.
Yeah.
She's doing that, like, comic book pose where it's like, listen, I have
butt
and breasts.
No.
It's the only thing that matters about me and lots of hair.
The thing is, her spine is broken. There's no way to have that much butt showing, and then that profile turn to show that much of the
Challenge
breasts.
accepted.
Uh-oh.
No.
I'm not gonna grab your boobs, man. I'm just saying.
What? God, I hope not. Epic! So
Shadow form!
This thing is fucking badass.
It is!
Now, the only problem is, like, obviously, in an arena it's a little tricky because then you're fighting the whole thing of, like, well, are you comboing with healing or are you comboing with damage? Although, frankly, in arena you don't really have combos. But basically what it is, you build the deck around this. You don't throw this into a random priest healing deck.
You don't.
You're like, no, this priest is going to be healing, or damaging shit. And 2 damage at will?
Is strong.
That is pretty strong.
Isn't that, no, that's damage spread amongst minions and hero, right? As opposed to just, as the hunter, I think, is just hero.
It's basically like the mage, but twice as much.
Exactly.
You can hit anything you want for 2 damage.
That's ridiculous.
Demon Fire.
Now that's a good card.
I like the flexibility and doing 2 damage. That was coming in pairs. Doing 2 damage is pretty good. And I probably should use the buff more often. It's like half of the kings, but only with the demon.
And it does damage. Now it does actually damage your demon, but
no, it doesn't.
It does deal 2 damage to a minion.
No, instead. If it's a friendly demon, give it +2/+2 instead. I mean, if you target it on a random if you put it on a random minion of yours, it will do 2 damage.
I have a couple of those cards, and I never read that shit right.
Yes!
That's so versatile.
Yeah, it's like being a druid.
Actually, yeah.
Alright, Cruel Taskmaster.
Actually, would that work if you had Jiraxis? You know, Jiraxis is it's a legendary, but it's a crazy ass card. When you cast it on yourself, you go down to like 15 health, I think, or something like that. But Jiraxis pops out of you, so now you're a demon. You're not Gul'dan.
I don't think you're a demon, and it specifically only targets minions.
Yeah.
Well, you cast it, and it sort of takes over yourself. You're not a minion. You're still a hero.
It would just be nice to be Jiraxis and all of a sudden cast that on you if it gives you +2/+2.
It would, but
that would be ridiculous.
I don't think it does. Ooh.
I'm gonna have to try that out.
Double rare. Which one?
Go for the one on the right. Right as always. That's pretty good. Give your hero +4.
Frankly, I don't know if I have one or even... I don't think I've got 2, but I may not even have 1 bite. And bite is so good. First of all, you gotta equate bite. This spell is basically like just a removal spell. Deal 4 damage to a minion.
Right.
Except way more flexible than that. Because you can also use it to kill, and it also gives you armor. Like, you might not use up all the armor to kill a minion with this. Bite is a fantastic spell. Fantastic. The only thing
I really do like that.
It doesn't let you get around taunt. Right? So it's not a fireball, but it's pretty goddamn good.
It's just one short of the shield spell that the warrior has, but on top of that,
Deals damage.
It
Although
deals
shield
damage.
is cheaper, I think.
shield is cheaper. Well, too cheaper.
Alarmobot!
I love the Alarmabots.
The making of cheese decks everywhere.
Yes. Make sure you have something very strong in your hand before you use an Alarmabot.
Argent Squire is crap.
Betrayal is
Well,
pretty
not
good. I like Betrayal.
Yeah, I think you have to run 2 Betrayals in most rogue decks.
Most, yeah. Redemption again.
Good for cheesy, weird stuff. Tharn Warrior.
He's pretty good. I like him.
Solid. He's okay picking Arena. I don't think I'd put him in a constructed deck. Unless I was going for something specific.
Actually, I went up against Ajana with a Tarn Warrior. I put him down and thought that he was going to end up not doing much, but she ended up hitting him with Fireball. That was funny. That was funny as hell.
Fireball or Fire Blast?
Fireball.
So
Like
he died.
the little, no, sorry, not Fireball. Fire Blast. I guess the hero
Yeah,
power.
yeah.
Then
Yes.
I don't think she read the card. Basically.
That's funny.
That is very funny.
Yeah, I haven't played as much constructed as you have. All of these are fine if you're playing, like, in Arena, if you're playing a deck that's got weapons. If you're playing a warrior or a paladin.
Paladin specifically.
Rogue, maybe a shaman.
Shaman sometimes. Shaman's so much better with spells, in my opinion. In my opinion.
This is the only paladin secret I like. I'm actually a fan of this one.
Summon a 2/1 defender as a new target.
It basically creates a 2/1 taunt for 1. But it
Really?
can catch people slightly off.
And so if they go to punch something with their heavy, and they end up hitting that guy instead.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
People will often guess. That's the thing with secrets. People will often
Try to
sort
guess
of
what it is.
figure out what it is,
Yeah.
or make plans. But it's decent.
Mm.
But the secrets I like are the hunter ones. Although snipe, not really one of them because, meh. It kills a minion usually, but doesn't necessarily kill a minion you're concerned about. I like the fire trap and the snake trap a lot.
Actually has a 1.
This shit is bananas. Although the overload does
Fort
make it
light.
really costly.
Yeah, you know what? You run a couple of +1 spells.
Yeah.
And you're cooking.
I mean, usually
Like,
this
literally.
will cost you. This will kill 2 things. Usually you're casting this when you know you will kill 2 things for 1 spell.
Yeah.
Might cost you a little tempo in terms of the mana cost, but in card efficiency, it's awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Now that's a really good card too. Taunt, you have to kill him, and he deals damage to all enemies. Or all characters. Yeah.
I think you're running a deck with 2 of him or none of him, and you're building a deck around him if you've got him in there.
Right.
But I like Abomination a lot. Like, I don't think you run him as a shaman. Unless you want all your totems to die.
totems will just die.
Right? But
Or a paladin.
I think the Abomination is undervalued.
Yeah.
I don't see him in a lot of decks, and I think he should be a little bit more present. But you have to build around him.
Certainly feeling heal 4 health to all minions.
I mean, that's a lot of healing, but...
That's all minions. Well, I guess
Yeah,
you know what? If you're already in the lead and you just want to like buff yourself up,
But if you're in the lead already, like, who cares
Why
about
would you
healing
use
a couple of minions? You know, how many minions of yours are you really going to heal with this?
I don't know. It would be very situational. I don't know why I would put it in my deck, honestly.
And it's like, yeah, you can combo with the card that lets you draw cards every time you heal a minion, but really, you got better shit to do.
Yeah.
This thing is really good, and
He
I
is,
used to
actually.
not like it because I had the Magic the Gathering mentality where this guy would be bad. But in Hearthstone, he's really, really good because people have to deal with him because you can use him to attack other minions and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
So most likely, he's going to get killed off in a couple rounds or 1 round.
And even if he does, he actually helps you.
Yeah, well, he does lots of stuff in the
Yeah.
meantime. He's very efficient. The enemy has to deal with him. He's often going to get card efficiency, and the minion extra cost is usually not going to bother you. Like, in Arena, I grab this guy very frequently.
Yeah.
He works out really well for me.
He's just cheap for what he gives you.
Harvest Golem is fine.
Yeah, he's okay. Oh, res a rare, and what is this? Another Circle of Healing.
Wow, what a pack.
Nice.
Rare is...
Oh. What?
No.
That was
You can make Seeker-focused decks,
wasteful.
but no. That was a shit rare.
All right, this one's got
And
this
I've
one's got
already
an
got,
epic.
like,
This one's
2
got
of
an epic. It's got an epic in here somewhere.
This is interesting. Now,
Just
you got
bust
to you got to compare it to Arcane Intellect, because it's 3 casting cost and 1 card to draw 2 cards. But this draws them from the opponent's deck instead of yours,
Right.
which means they're probably going to have less synergy. It does give you the opportunity to get cards that you don't normally have access to as a priest. But...
Is it going to be worth it in the end? Yeah.
Now, going forward, I bet you there will be more milling techniques. They don't really have that in this game yet. Milling is a term from Magic the Gathering.
Yep.
Because there was a card called Millstone. You tapped it, and you took 2 cards off the top of the opponent's deck, I think it was 2, and put it in their graveyard. So, and the thing is, just like in Hearthstone, just like in Magic, you lose the game if you ever have to draw a card and you have no cards left.
Right.
I won a game once like that.
You kicked my ass a few times with a blue deck doing that to me.
Oh, in Magic, but I'm saying in Hearthstone.
Oh, right. Okay,
I beat a mage like that because he had a bunch of card draw, but I had good ways to like sort of stall out his shit, and he ran out of cards and lost.
Perfect.
So in the future, there might be a way to like take advantage of this as opposed to Arcane Intellect. That being said, it's 2 cards for the cost of 3, but slightly less in synergy than Arcane Intellect. So, because you could pull shit that has no help to you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is a very good card.
Yeah.
I definitely would never play it in
At least not right now.
Yeah. I definitely would never play it in Constructed. Well, again, unless there's a mill technique. And in Arena, I think it's still less than average.
Yeah. Mana Worm. That's actually a pretty good card.
It's interesting. First of all, as a 1/3, it's a great turn 1 drop.
Mm.
It's actually like pretty beefy. And it has potential to grow relatively strongly. Certainly if you're a second player and you can use the coin, which counts as a spell, which is fucking bullshit and needs to be nerfed, you can go turn 1 Mana Worm, turn 2 coin, Arcane Missiles,
right,
and then another Arcane Missiles, or I don't know, some other bullshit.
What really bothers me about these sorts of things, because obviously it's an introduction. It's one of the first minions you want to put out on the board, and as such, it's going to be one of the first to get targeted. But as, say for instance, if I was Janna and I was trying to do this, I feel like my little fireball off the side should count as a spell. Obviously, take the coin out for a spell. That's just stupid.
Hero power?
But the hero power should be a spell, in my opinion, because you're still paying too for that.
Could be.
I mean, it just seems natural.
Yeah,
but I don't know. To me, anyway.
In Arena, I tend to value Mana Worms quite highly.
Right.
I don't know if I'd build constructed decks around them.
Right.
But maybe. I don't know.
Cone of Cold. Minion and the minions next to it and deal 1 damage.
Cone of Cold, in most times, is going to be the same as Arcane Explosion. Arcane Explosion costs 2 and does 1 damage to all enemy minions.
Mm-hmm.
And this only does, 1 damage to up to 3 minions.
Right.
But 3 minions, I mean, it's very rare you get in a situation where there are more minions that you're going to want to kill with an Arcane Explosion than 3. 3 is a pretty good number, and this is the bonus of potentially freezing stuff, which actually could stop, the 8/8 guy from hitting you.
Right.
Even though Cone of Cold does cost more, at this point, I'm actually starting to value Cone of Cold more than Arcane Explosion. And obviously, if you combo it with Spell Power, these things get ridiculously good. Although Cone of Cold doesn't necessarily need Spell Power to do that. Again, this is from an Arena point of view. You're mostly a constructed point of view.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I like doing the arenas more than constructed, although constructed is where I win more, so I don't know.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
Battle Rage! Okay, so this used to be...
That got nerfed.
Stupid.
Yeah.
It used to be 3 mana, draw 1 card for each damaged character.
Yeah.
Not friendly. Now, usually you were damaged, your opponent was damaged, and then already at 3 casting costs, but those 2 is the same as Arcane Intellect.
Right.
But usually there was at least 1 or 2 hurt minions on the table. So you'd get maybe... And now you're talking about a 3 casting cost sprint, which is sick. Now, what do you think of it?
Right now, damaged friendly character.
Evil Author loves it, or Demon
it's still kind of an oh shit button, in my opinion. Oh shit button just being my friendly term for I'm in trouble, I don't have enough cards, and my minions are... Actually, you know what? As a warrior, that's basically the only time you would ever play that, because you would want to put that in your deck with all the other cards that take advantage of your minions being hurt.
That's true. I mean, you've got Whirlwind, which hits everything on the board.
Yep.
You've got the damaged Sword Blade.
Actually, I guess it is a warrior card. I didn't even realize that. Okay,
yeah,
it's a warrior card. So yeah, okay, so you have to put it in a warrior deck.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's trash. Well, in Arena, it might be slightly trashier. I think in Constructed, you can build the deck around it.
Mm-hmm.
And probably, at the worst case, it's going to be Arcane Intellect. It should give you 2 cards for 2. So it's cheaper than Arcane Intellect, which might be okay.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Makes you wonder when to play it exactly, though. When's the best time?
Well, I think if you can get 3 more cards for it, you just play it.
Right.
At 2, it's a bit of a question mark if you can play anything else.
Hey, Nourish.
Oh, this is fine.
That's a pretty good card. Gain 2 mana crystals or draw 3 cards.
I don't think you ever play this card to gain the mana crystals.
Not.
Maybe if you happen to have the right perfect hand of Doom. Otherwise, you're playing this to get 3 mana card or 3 cards. Yeah. It's 1 card for 3, so you're gaining a net advantage of 2 cards. Although you do spend a turn for it, right? Because at 5 mana, you're spending. Unless you're at like 9 or 10 mana total, you're probably spending most of your turn just doing a Nourish. Yeah. So you're spending a card and turn to draw 3 cards, but I think that's pretty good.
I guess the only alternate side of it is like, why would you spend it for 2 mana crystals if you don't have the cards? And generally by then you don't really have the cards to spend.
It could
you would want the cards instead of the crystals.
The flexibility is nice. Like, you could end up randomly, especially as a druid, right? You've got Wild Growth.
Right.
You've got Innervate.
Yep.
So with Innervate and Wild Growth, you could end up building a deck full of fatties. And you're going to put Nourish in there because it's awesome. Well, you could end up in the situation where you've got a fatty in your hand, but you don't have Wild Growth or Innervate, so you Nourish for 2 mana crystals. So that next turn you can put out your fatty. I mean, if you play Nourish on turn 5, on your next turn you've got 8 mana.
That's true. I guess, yeah, you can rush it up pretty fast.
But most of the time you play it for the cards.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's nice flexibility.
I like flexibility. I like having a card that is good for more than one thing.
Arcane Intellect costs 3 and gives you 2 cards. It's hardly worth putting in a constructed deck.
However, I see it a lot.
Well, yes.
Like, a lot. And I don't know why.
Because generally speaking, it's not just a card to gain 2 cards. In a lot of situations, it's a card and a turn to draw 2 cards.
Right.
Whereas I would just rather have a 3 mana creature to put down because of tempo and different things. But this is a card and a turn to draw 3 cards. It's slightly delayed, but you don't need to draw.
A bit better.
You don't need to draw two cards on turn 3.
Yeah.
No, but drawing 3 cards on turn 5? At that point, frankly, you put this in a weenie deck. It's fine.
Yeah.
On turn 5, you draw 3 cards, and then you just dump a bunch of weenies on the next turn.
Right.
Fine.
Yeah.
I like Nourish a lot.
What's in this one? This one's got a legendary.
Probably, you have to wait until the first glow goes away before you can really see things. Mirror Entity.
Plays this something copy.
It's potentially okay. I mean, in Arena, it's not necessarily bad, and you don't play this early. You play this a little bit later when they're getting ready to play all their fatties down. And yeah, if the opponent is smart, they'll try to test the waters. They might not play their super fatty until they've tested with a bit of a weenie to see if it's Mirror Entity. But it's not terrible.
Yeah.
I think Counterspell is the best mage spell.
Counterspell? Oh, yeah, Counterspell.
Because most spells that an enemy would cast, you're happy with them not doing. The example might be if maybe a Warlock was using the 1 damage thing as a tester to see if it's Counterspell and then casting their Shadow Bolt. Yeah. But it's pretty narrow margin. They have to have both those spells in their hand to really cancel that out. There's Demon Fire.
I think by far the most fun mage secret card is going to be Vaporize, just because it's kind of funny. Vaporize is fun. I'm just saying.
It's pretty humorous, yeah. What do you think of Spiteful Smith?
Spiteful Smith. Enrage, your weapon has +2 attack. Okay, he's definitely somebody you want to do with, well, basically just the warrior, in my opinion. Because you can choose to damage him. Unless, of course, you gave him to a priest. Maybe.
Priests don't have weapons.
No, that's true. So that totally makes it null and void. Never mind. Yeah, basically just a warrior thing.
Yeah, the warrior is a weapon class that has the ability to self-damage. That being said, it's a 4/6, right?
Like you shield
there are many situations where this guy could end up in where he can't be killed in a single blow. Like, that's the thing your opponent has to deal with. He's going to see this Spiteful Smith, but maybe not have the ability to kill him in a single attack. Right? A mage might have a fireball.
Then they have to waste a fireball.
Although that's the thing. This is in a way, it's a counterspell for fireball.
Right.
And other than that, they are in a weird, difficult position. And +2 to attack. I think if it was a draft situation and I was playing if I'd known I had in Arena, if I had drafted a couple of weapons already, then I would be very happy to see a Spiteful Smith.
Yeah. I've never taken him in the Arena because I just didn't really know the proper way to play him, honestly.
The thing is, 4/6 for 5 is not bad. I mean, you can get for 4 casting costs is the Yeti is 4/5 and no abilities.
Yeah.
4/6 for 5 if this ability comes into play for you,
it's perfect.
awesome.
But yeah.
Blood Imp.
Stealth. Love stealth. Stealth is amazing.
Stealth is good. And the thing is, when I play Blood Imp, I very rarely break the stealth. Unless it's literally going to kill the dude this turn.
Yeah.
The Blood Imp is awesome.
Well, he can still be killed by AoEs, though.
He can be.
He can't be targeted, but he can be killed by AoEs.
One of the most annoying experiences I ever had. This was an arena where you can have more than 2 copies of something in your deck.
Right.
I was playing against a Warlock, and by turn 3 or 4, he had 4 Blood Imps in play.
Wow.
How do you deal with that bullshit?
Well, they're all going to be, what? 1/4s?
Which means AoEing them is very hard unless you're a mage with Flame Strike.
Right.
And
you
then
can't
all
target them.
their other minions are bullshit strong.
Were you a Warlock as well?
I don't remember.
Because I could think you can play Hellfire. Actually, no, you still need a...
Hellfire's not enough to kill them.
Yeah, you'd still need a some sort of +1 magic.
Spell damage. Oh, there's a rare we all like to see.
Cold Light Seer.
Well, one day I will build a Warlock deck.
A Warlock or a Murloc? Yeah.
Brr.
I got you.
Yeah. Oh, I was waiting for more cards. I forgot.
This one's got the legendary. Right?
I seriously don't have enough legendaries. Okay, this spell.
Power Overwhelming?
This spell is
Love
good.
that spell.
I like comboing this with the demon, because this is a Warlock card, right?
Right.
There's a demon. It's 3, and I think it's a 3/3. When it comes into play, it destroys the 2 adjacent creatures to it, and then adds their power, their attack, and health to itself.
What demon is that? I haven't got that one.
I'll show you in a sec.
Okay.
But yes, that's what it does, right? It kills both minions adjacent to it, and then absorbs their attack and health.
Right.
So what you do is you power overwhelming a minion, attack with it, deal a whole bunch of damage.
Okay.
And this kills the creature at the end. And then you put down this demon, which kills the creature, and this creature is going to be at least a 5/5, if not more.
Right.
And it's going to absorb all that, but it's not going to die at the end of the turn. It's a cool combo. I mean, whether it's worth building a deck around it or not, but it's pretty awesome.
Well, it's strong, but at the very same time, you are putting a lot on that one card.
You are.
Which can be immediately hexed or...
Potentially.
Yeah, polymorphed.
Yes.
That one, I hate that one.
Oh, both of those are annoying. So Freezing Trap, I think, is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I really like the Fire Trap and Snake Trap, but Freezing Trap is fine.
Return it to the owner. Oh, yeah. No, that one's fine. That one's okay. It's kind of annoying to go up against, but it's an okay.
So I clicked the rare a little too early, but that's okay because we have an epic.
Oh, God. See? Did I call it? Or I said legendary? I said legendary this time.
It's a Throffing?
Yes, a Throffing.
Zerberker.
Yes, one of those. It's made of burgers.
So this is interesting. First of all, 2/4 for 3 is not terrible, although it's below the ideal.
He's got 4 health. He'll stick around.
The 4 health does matter, especially with his ability.
Yes.
Which is to gain permanent +1.
Whenever it takes a damage, gain +1 attack.
And it's whenever a minion, including itself, takes +1 damage against an attack.
That's a really strong
So
card.
this guy used to be an accountant.
An accountant.
If you go into the the crafting system or whatever it is,
Right.
and you can zoom in on a card there and it gives you extra flavor text on the side.
Right.
So it says that this guy used to be an accountant, and then he became a berserker.
Okay.
So there you go.
Epic.
No, rare.
Rare.
This is the epic.
Epic's coming.
But we're going to talk about the Cult Master first.
Whenever one of your other minions dies, draw a card.
So, a comparison, for 4 casting costs, you can get a 2/4 gnome that when it comes into play, gets you a card draw.
Mm-hmm.
Is Cult Master better or worse than that?
With 2 health. Well, I mean, he's a makeshift taunt.
He's definitely a taunt.
He's makeshift taunt. I don't know if he's any better, though. It would be hard to say.
Honestly, I think he's slightly better.
Yeah?
Yes.
Because I don't see him lasting long.
But if you did have an actual taunt out, then it becomes very dangerous.
That's just true.
And it depends on your deck.
Okay.
If you're playing a deck with a lot of weenies.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's hard to say.
No. Okay, let's see what the purpley is. Purple's...
Oh, my first Pyroblast! Finally!
Wow. You know how many games... I hate that card. You know how many games I've lost to that card?
That's because it's stupid.
Oh my god!
Yeah. No, Pyroblast just ends games.
Oh.
It just ends games.
I say I hate that card. That's just because I haven't actually played a lot of Mage. If I had that card and I was playing a lot of Mage, I would love that card. So it's just my perspective.
Yes.
But it's
the perspective?
Well, I saw yes. There's indeed a purpley.
Oh, and a blue. Good.
Purple and a blue. Excellent.
All right.
We know about the noble sacrifices. Fairy Dragon. I love Fairy Dragon. Is very nice.
When I originally saw this, I valued it very highly because as a Magic player, this is stupendous.
Yeah.
But in Hearthstone, it's less stupendous because other minions can target it to kill it. In Magic, this would be extremely hard to kill.
Yeah, but you're still trading off with minions.
But the thing is, a 3/2 or a 2/3,
right?
Either way, for 2, is good.
Is good.
That's the baseline.
I would definitely put it in there.
And it's got an ability that makes him slightly harder to kill. Although it does make him harder to buff. You can't buff him directly.
All right, I actually never thought of that.
You can't put Blessing of Kings on a Fairy Dragon.
Right.
But I think that's okay. I think Fairy Dragon is a great 2-drop. I value it fairly highly in Arena. Constructed, less so, but in Arena, sure.
Yep. I like it. That one.
Battle
Rage. Okay, sure. Here comes the rare.
Commanding Shouts.
That's a really good card as well.
First of all, it's 2 and it gives you a card draw.
Yes.
So that balances right there.
Yeah.
And then...
Doesn't matter. You get a card, basically.
The idea that you can kill off a bunch of stuff but not trade it and keep it... I don't think it's super strong. Although if I saw it in Arena, definitely.
Yeah, I would grab it.
Obviously,
it's too bad it's just a strictly warrior card. I mean, I understand why, thematically, but I would like to have that in my shaman deck, actually.
Yeah.
Probably because I do a lot of Wind Fury. Lay on hands, restore 8 health, draw. Wow.
Okay, I actually did not know this card existed.
Restore 8 health, draw 3 cards.
First of all,
that's a no shit button.
The restore 8 health, because health gain is not normally very good.
Yes.
But because it's normally spend a card to do nothing. That's how the cards that heal you. That's how I read them. Spend 1 card
to do nothing.
To do nothing.
Right.
Because usually winning a little bit of health won't win you the game.
Right.
If you're lucky, it'll buy you 1 turn, but often it doesn't.
No.
This, however,
can change the game.
Is a great oh shit button.
It can definitely change the game.
It may buy you a turn, but it also gives you 3 cards. So on the turn you bought, you actually have some options. Now, I don't know if I would put 2 in a constructed deck. I might only put 1.
That'd be debatable for me. Because what if the first 3 draws didn't actually turn into your favor?
Listen, if the first 3 draws don't help you...
You did your deck all wrong? You did your deck all wrong, actually.
There's nothing going to help you.
All right. Rare. Normal.
Dust Devil.
Dust Devil. That's fine. I like that, actually.
Weapons are always good.
Overload of 1.
But I think this is one of the weakest weapons.
I don't know. 2 for 3? I know it gives you an overload.
It does hit 2 3 times. That's true. That can kill a lot of weenies.
Yep. I like it. I like that card. For whatever reason. Earthshock.
I don't think I would put Stormforged Axe as a standard in all Shaman decks.
Right.
It would have to be a Shaman deck that relies upon the fact that I have weapons. It would have to combo with Pirates or something.
Right.
Earthshock, yes. In my opinion, much better than Frostshock.
Yeah.
Because A, it's a silence on demand, which can certainly help. Mostly what this means is you can silence the taunt on the other team and win this turn. That happens a lot, where it's like, I can kill this guy on the next turn. Oh, he dropped taunt guy.
A taunt.
Now I can't.
Yeah, it makes it a little...
So you Earthshock it and you can do that.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Other than that, 1 damage is often not going to kill things.
No.
So despite the fact that it's cheap, it's not about mana cost. It's 1 card to kill a 1 health creature. But with spell damage.
Or with silence, yeah.
And the fact that it has silence, I think, is very good.
I think that's the best part of it, really.
Yeah.
A silence for 1. That's pretty done. Silver Moon Guardian, Divine Shield. I love Divine Shields. Oh, you know who has a Divine Shield?
Tyrion?
I have that card. I love that card.
You have that card?
I have that card. That card's amazing.
I have 1 fucking legendary.
Really?
And yeah, Baron Geddon.
Well, he's pretty good. Actually, what else? I have another.
The thing is, when you play in constructed tournaments, when you see a Paladin deck, they always play Tyrion. You never see Baron Geddon. What you see is Ragnaros all the time.
Yeah, Ragnaros a lot.
Yeah.
At the end of his turn? Or the start of his turn? Every 8 damage. That's pretty bad. It hurts, whatever it is.
Start of his turn.
It's ridiculous.
Silvermoon Guardian, I think, is okay in Arena, but not for Constructed, unless you were doing something with the Blood Knight.
Yeah. Siphon Soul. Love that card. Best card that Warlock has. That one right there.
I had to build this thing out of freaking Arcane Dust. Now I finally have 2. Thank God. Now I can build an actual Warlock deck. Because I think you need these. You need these to deal with big end-of-game fadness.
Yep. And they just totally destroy it. Doesn't matter what happens.
Yeah, it's not even about the restore 6 health.
No.
I mean, for 4 less, you can get a Fireball,
right.
which mostly kills most things, although not everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Although, a Fireball plus a Fire Blast, like the Mage ability,
right.
which deals 7 damage, now you're mostly killing everything. That's true. Siphon Soul is not quite as good as having a Fireball, but it's pretty goddamn good.
It's a lot more reliable.
Yeah.
In my opinion. You don't have to... You just spend
Kills
6.
Everything.
You spend 6 and you're done.
And the 6 mana mark is frankly where you have to start dealing with that kind of bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
So, no, I think Siphon Soul, I think you've got to put 2 in most Warlock decks.
I think so.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the metagame will develop. But at this point, yeah.
Oh, okay. You got a rare at least. And summon in Porter. Porter?
Porter.
South Sea Deckhand. Those are good.
So, 2 1-for-1 is okay. I've been moving away from these in Arena.
With charge. If
Although,
you have a weapon.
Yeah, then all of a sudden it becomes like what's that spell? Is it the Paladin or the Priest? They have 1 mana, deal 2 damage. I don't know. But that's basically what this turns into if you have a weapon.
Right.
I'm not convinced this is a strong card.
It is a good, strong starting card if you have, like, say, for instance, what's the name of the Paladin's weapon there that starts for 1? Because what you can do, literally, is you can do your weapon and then coin in for the deckhand, and you can actually get a fair amount of damage off the bat, but doing that is kind of funky.
Yeah.
But anytime you have to coin into something early that fast is kind of
So Cold Blood is interesting.
And +2.
First of all, you can compare it to the Paladin spell, which gives +3 to attack.
Combo +4 attack instead. Cold Blood.
And that's permanent. Bonus to attack.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I have to play more Rogue. I don't know enough about the Rogue, so every single time I go up against a Rogue, it's really sketchy whether or not I'll win, because I don't exactly know how they play.
They have weird mechanics.
Yeah.
I think Cold Blood is good. Not necessarily, not great, especially in Constructed. I think it falls off there. But I think it's good. I think it's okay, at least.
What's this one?
Yeah.
We talked about that one, Mirror Entity. And what's the rare? Oh, I like that card. He mainly turns into a makeshift taunt, basically.
Yeah, I don't think
he
he's
never
good
really
in
survives that long.
I don't think he's good at all in Constructed.
No, you have to pretty much play him in Arena.
Yeah, because Constructed decks will have too many ways to deal with him.
Yep.
But in Arena, with the right situation, he can turn up to be scary. Especially
if you put a bunch of 0 cards.
Especially if you're the second player, because the coin is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, the coin acts as a spell.
Yeah, so
or you play a card, it counts as a part.
I had a game the other day where I went turn 3 Questing Adventurer, coin, 1 casting cost spell. Now all of a sudden I've got a 4/4 at least, and I got the benefit out of the spell. So now
it's a way to play.
It's bullshit. The coin mechanic counting as a spell is bullshit. But other than in Constructed, I don't think Questing Adventurer is good. I think if you're playing a cheap casting cost oriented deck in Arena, then you're going to do great.
But then you're relying on spells instead of minions mostly.
Well, it's not spells, it's anything. Questing Adventurer, any card you play. Not just spells.
No, correct.
So you play a bunch of... Ooh, purple.
Yeah, you have an epic. Although at the very same time, I mean, come late game, you don't want weenies on the board.
True. Golden Comet.
Hey, we've got animations.
And I actually like the Direwolf.
He's very good.
There's a hunter deck that I want to build that is going to make good use.
The only card better than that, in my opinion, is the Totem. Bloodlust Totem is what it's called?
Flame Tongue Totem.
Flame Tongue Totem for the Shaman.
Yeah, I used to not consider it to be very strong, and I've changed my opinion about that. Aldor Peacekeeper. Possibly the best 3 casting cost creature in the game.
Enemy minions attack to 1. That is awesome.
I mean, and he's not about being a 3-drop. He's not about being a 3 mana, like, on the 3rd turn.
Right.
He can, like, cripple stuff so much. He's very good. In Arena, especially. In Arena, in Constructed, his value decreases. In Arena, holy crap, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
And what do we have? Bestial Wrath. Give a beast +2 attack and immune. This turn. No.
Basically acts as a removal card. I mean, I assume the +2 is only this turn. I haven't actually double checked on it. I don't think.
I'm pretty sure it's. I don't think it's permanent. It's +2 attack and immune this turn.
So what it lets you do is use up one of your minions' attacks and one card to probably kill a creature. Doesn't kill the minion, but it still spends a card.
I mean, it's a casting cost of 1.
True, but it's still a card. I don't know. I mean, I have to review this.
I don't know if that's exactly, given its epic status, worth an epic.
I think it may fit in certain types of decks, but I don't think it's like a super strong card.
I'm not feeling it, actually.
Last pack.
What we got?
This is when the legendary comes.
Maybe. Let's do it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh.
It's 2 rares.
Wind Fury. He's pretty good for 3. I mean, he has enough to, if you coin into him, at least he'll survive. Mostly,
but you don't know. What if they put down a 3/2 and then you've spent a coin and this guy to die to a 3/2 to die to an ooze.
But the ooze is going to have sleepy, so he's not going to be able to act that turn.
Not necessarily.
And then you can like pop up.
I guess so.
You can at least get something out of him.
You're not going to play this in response to news. That's true.
No.
This dude
is good.
Fucking awesome.
Enrage, Wind Fury, and +1 attack.
First of all, he starts off as a 3/3.
Mm-hmm. For 3.
Which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Wind Fury, if you've got any way to equip the Wind Fury... In Arena, he's just amazing.
Yeah.
Constructed, mage decks maybe, and different things and whatever. In Arena, this guy is fantastic.
I mean, the thing is, he would be fantastic, in my opinion, if he was a 4/3/3. Given his Wind Fury and +1 attack if he gets enraged. In my opinion.
Yeah, well, if he was a 4/3, then it would be insane.
Well, I mean, 4/4 being a 3/3. Like, if you was actually spending 4 mana to get him out for a 3/3. Given his enrage ability, I think he's actually still strong.
Wait. You saying if he was a vanilla 3/3 for 4, he'd be okay?
I think so.
No.
For enrage, Wind Fury +1?
Oh, well.
Given all of that, I still think he's strong.
I would take
he's broken,
I would take the Yeti every day. A Yeti is a 4/5.
Yeti is awesome, but he doesn't have Wind Fury.
I suppose that's true.
And plus, you get +1 attack, so you are technically 4/3 once you get attacked. Plus Wind Fury.
Alright, Mark of Nature. 2 abilities. +4 to attack or +4 taunt
Mark
and
of Nature
health.
Is good. Mark of Nature is one of the best Druid cards, in my opinion.
I think it's very good, yeah. I think the +4 health and taunt is stronger.
Yeah.
It means that you can have a creature survive various spells, either directly by making it have higher health, or by making another big taunt creature.
For instance.
Protect it. But you can also use a +4 attack to kill.
You have 6 mana, and you make a combo with a Raging Worgen, and you throw a Mark of Nature on him.
Yes.
That's pretty smart.
I think Wind Fury and Druid is a very good potential.
Yeah.
Rare. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Only for priests. Only for priests, in my opinion.
I'm going to have to make an Angry Chicken deck one day. Yeah,
only for priests.
You need to power word shield it and then hope it doesn't die or bullshit. And even then, no, the Angry Chicken is just like the joke card of the game.
What?
I got a golden Secret Keeper.
Well, you've.
I've already disenchanted like 2 Secret Keepers.
You've got dust. You've got more dust, basically.
I've got very valuable dust.
Yeah.
The only thing I haven't decided yet is if I want to disenchant the gold cards yet.
Wow, you got to disenchant 330?
That's a lot.
Pretty good.
And more if I decide to manually disenchant the gold cards instead.
Yeah, what do you think about that? The gold cards. I mean, they're animated. They don't do anything extra, but they're animated.
Some of them are very cool. It's definitely a prestige thing. But from a game point of view, it doesn't really matter. I mean,
no.
Well, here's the thing. As a YouTuber, I love to show off the fact that I would have lots of gold cards. Like, I would love to make a gold deck based out of gold cards. As a player, I don't give a fuck. I don't think it matters if someone plays a gold card against me or not, and I don't think they care if I play a gold card against them.
Ooh, gold card.
Like, this is kind of weird mode. I wish it would just filter everything out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it shows all the gold cards, I see. But yeah, it's very tempting. Cool, Ancient Watcher. Thing is, the gold cards are worth, what, 4 times more? Yeah, 4 times more. So they cost 4 times as much dust to make, but 4 times as much dust you get from disenchanting them. Like an Ancient Watcher. Listen, I'm disenchanting that bullshit.
You may as well.
I'm getting lots of dust from that.
Here's the thing. Will you use it?
Frankly, what I'm annoyed in deck construction, if you build a deck, and I can't right now. Let's get rid of this guy. Right, if you build a deck, it's really annoying because when you've got a gold card like Power of the Wild, like you can put 2 cards, 2 of any one card in the deck, right? So you can put 2 Power of Wilds. It says 2.
Right.
It just shows a Power of Wild 2.
Right.
If I put in, let me get rid of these. If I put in, go away, a gold card and then a regular card, they put them on different layers.
Yeah.
And they don't count them together, so it's really annoying to look at to me. So, even though the gold cards are worth like billions of EP, I think, you know, like they don't matter that much to me. I would just enchant a lot of them.
It's your prerogative.
And then you can use the arcane dust to buy cards you need.
This is true. You certainly could. Never look a panther in the eye. Or is it always look a panther in the eye? Well, it's one of those.
That is not helpful!
Not at all.
I love this card, though. Power of the Wild?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Give your minions +1/+1.
It's a 3/2 for 2.
Yeah.
That has the option of giving all your minions +1/+1 instead. It's great.
I agree.
I think I can disenchant all my gold.
Oh, there it goes!
Let's do it now. And I like Power of the Wild. And
Yeah.
I put the gold one in all my decks, because why not, right?
Yeah.
Oops.
What's that?
Scavenging Hyena.
Hey! Whenever a friendly beast dies, gain +2/+1.
You just put it in all your beast decks as a hunter. You put Scavenging Hyena in there. 2/2 for 2 is not great, but the combo... Well, I mean, in Arena, I don't know.
It depends. It's all about combo. You gotta combo that card.
You really do.
You get at least make sure that you play him before you sacrifice a bunch of your minions against their wall of minions. Basically, is what ends up happening.
So 6/5 for 6 is... Yeah, because you can get a 6/7 for 6.
Whoa, wait a second.
But
I have not seen this card. Savannah High Maid.
I think this is the only one I have as a gold card, so I don't think I'm going to disenchant it.
Yeah, I wouldn't get rid of that one.
Because if I
At least not yet.
it'll probably tell me, like, oh, you know, you don't have enough cards. I think that's what it says. Should I try it?
Oh, it's up to you, man. For science?
I'll find another one for science. Pretty sure I saw that earlier.
Yeah, okay. What do you have? Farsight. Draw a card. Less well,
So basically, this,
not
in a sense, this card costs nothing. It just cycles a card.
right.
I think it's crap.
Yes.
What it does is it shrinks your deck. But sometimes the card you'll draw won't cost 3 to start off with, so it doesn't really matter.
Right.
Or you won't have enough to cost it anyway.
And you already spent 3 mana. Which I get... no. It's kind of funky, that one.
But yeah, we'll leave you with less than the amount you can use in a deck. So this warning does not come up if you already have 2 of these.
Right.
So that's the only thing that's a little dicey. It does give me 400 arcane dust, though.
Yeah, I'd disenchant that so fast. That one I don't have a problem with.
I think so.
Like,
Frankly,
at all.
what I could do is I could turn around and enchant a couple of non-gold versions of that.
Yeah.
And not feel bad.
If you really wanted it. And frankly, I don't know why you would. Unless there's some sort of... I mean, I can think of a couple people who could come up with some sort of strategy for it, but...
Yeah, I don't think it has any place... You need to build a deck around it.
yeah.
Okay, this Secret Keeper is like...
Toast.
So toast, because I already have at least 2.
You gotta get rid of the butts and boobs.
I like the Direwolf. In a way, like not in a general sense. A 2/2 for 2 is not necessarily worth it, although it's not horrible. But he combos well. He's not something you play on turn 2. But he combos well with a lot of stuff. Anyway, I don't need a gold version.
You know what? That one actually kind of hurt for some reason. You know why? Because it looks so badass. The animation looked badass. That one looks really good too.
He does, kind of. But what a shitty, useless card.
Yeah, if you cast a spell, deal 1 damage, all minions. Yeah,
It's hard to decide, because, like, gold cards, man.
Although, I mean, again, if you use that one, you know what you would use that in, right? Unless it's... No, that's for all. That's for all. So you would use that one in a warrior deck. Basically, in my opinion.
You obviously have a lot of Enrage. Because he's a 3/2 for 2 with a really weird ability.
Well, the warriors don't have spells.
He kills himself up. Yeah, he does.
He does, actually. Yeah, he has command and jump and stuff. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
He kills himself up to 2 spells.
Technically. Yeah. Nah.
It's disenchanting this shit. You know, I'm gonna start to be practical about this shit.
May as well be. Oh, the Demolisher. I love the Demolisher. For 3, 1/4, doesn't matter. You do 2 damage to a random person at the start of your turn. Love that card.
I think he's a fine card. I don't need him to golden.
Oh, okay.
Really? I wouldn't have 2 left. You know what? I'm actually gonna keep him around.
Well, I guess so.
So I have like at least 2.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't get rid of him. I like putting him in most of my decks.
I don't like the Wind Fury Harpy at all.
6 for 4/5 for Wind Fury. Yeah.
And you have to put her down and then follow her up with a buff.
You know what? The only time she's actually helpful is what was the name of that card? I can't remember the name of the card, but what it says.
The alarm bot?
No, it when you place it, it's an orc that says charge forward. That one.
Is that the raid leader?
No, it's the one that gives all other minions charge. So if you can play that one, if that one's still on the board, that's the only time you would ever have a Wind Fury Harpy, in my opinion. It's got to be in here somewhere. I can't remember the name of what the name of the actual card is. Comment section down below. What's the name of that card? God damn it.
Oh, so we got all the sets.
You place it, and it gives all other minions charge. Don't remember the name of that card.
There's a hunter card that does that for all beasts.
No, so this was just like a normal card. I can't remember the name of it. But that's the only time I would ever play that.
I don't think there's a card that does that. And the game agrees with me.
There's gotta be, I remember. Unless I'm mistaken. I don't think I'm mistaken, though. Charge. It looks like,
But I think this is bad.
yeah, it's not that great.
And it's it's fine. We're gonna have...
Although I've won a few
I can't believe
games
I
from
don't
her.
have 2 of her yet. What, in Arena, probably?
No, I'm constructed. With my shaman.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. With a shaman.
That's it. Alright, let's get out of the gold card mode, first of all.
Alright.
We can talk about, like, all the cards, frankly, at this point. This, as in my Arena Warlock decks, these things are amazing.
Costs 1 less for each damage your hero is taking. Yeah, because you just keep hurting yourself every turn.
Yeah.
You get to them a lot quicker.
Yeah, usually I'm, like, life tapping until the point I get to, like, 14, 15 health-ish.
Yep,
And
drop
that's
it.
a great time to put ammo. In fact, what's amazing about Molten Giant is it costs 2 mana and 2 health to life tap. So, like, in one of my recent games, it was like, I have 7 mana, and I have the right amount of health that I can cast Molten Giant right now. Molten Giant would cost 7. Well, I can life tap. It would cost 2 mana, but cost 2 health.
But
it'll bring down the Molten Giant to 5, so I can still cast him.
Yep.
It's awesome. He's fine.
I like him. Can you build him? How much does he cost to make?
400, because he's a rare.
Or an epic?
An epic. And I don't have any of him right here. I've gotten him, I think, twice in arena matches.
Baron Gadget.
But yeah, like,
at the end of your turn, deal
I'm
damage
like-
to all of the other characters.
I have shit when it comes to, like, the really high-end rares, like
Right.
legendaries. Can I search for legendary? I don't know.
Should be able to.
No, I can't.
Why not?
I don't
All sets. Or all sets and all
It's
cards.
on all sets. And on all cards.
Okay.
But,
Wouldn't it be towards the end of everything? Is it right in the back?
well, usually it's the expensive stuff, right? So I've got Baron Geddon.
Crafting mode.
Oh, yeah, I could be in crafting mode. But I'm saying in terms of, like, actually determining what I've got.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Right, like I can find, like, I don't know, Nate Pagel in here. I don't have him. I'm gonna
Alright.
get rid of all those news. God damn it. Harrison Jones. But out of crafting mode, I don't think... I literally think the only rare I've got is Baron Geddon. Pay attention. We'll see look if we can see the little spikies.
Looking for spikies.
Or the only legendary, I mean, not rare.
I don't see any spikies yet. Is there going to be any legendaries in the... I thought they would be for all characters.
No, each class has at least one legendary. Well, I don't know if that's actually literally true. Actually, I think it is. Yeah, so that's it. So the only legendary I have, after buying 55 packs.
Right.
Plus unlocking packs from arena play. I think the only legendary... Oh, no. Well, no, this is different. This is what you get for spending money in the beta or something like that.
That's a legendary, though, the hyena. What's his face there? Hogger? Yeah, Hogger.
Oh, I did get a Hogger. You're right. I was not paying attention.
Hogger is pretty good, too, for 6.
You need a taunt. You need him to survive 1 round. And then after that, he starts looking after himself.
Yeah.
Because he summons the gnolls with taunt. Hogger has a lot... Well, I was going to say in arena, but the thing is, in arena, if you see him, you're going to see 3 legendaries is the way it works. Because the role will be, you happen to have the option of 3 legendaries to choose from. And Hogger is better than a lot of legendaries. Hogger would be better than Nate Pagel and the Archmage, for example, or whatever his name is. But he's not going to be better than, say, Ragnaros. But I think he has potential. And I've tried putting him in some decks before, but he needs to survive like 1 round.
Right. At least.
Yeah.
The other problem I have with Hogger, actually, is because, since he does at the end of every turn, he starts to try to summon a taunt, which is fine. I like taunts. 2/2 taunts are actually great. But at the very same time, he can fill the board up really fast.
Oh, what? And you hit your board limit?
Yeah, I hate that. Especially when I put something else down for some damage.
Right.
Shadow Form again. Okay.
A lot of things that are flagged as new, even though I've got at least 2 of them now. I've got 2 Shadow Forms. They're rare. Or they're epic.
Yeah, they're epics.
I have 2 Shadow Forms. I should really make a pre-Shadow Form deck.
I think you have more epics and I have more legendaries. Actually, that's not true. I've only got a couple legendaries. I've got Tyrion, and I've also got, what's the other guy's name?
Fucking Tyrion is so good.
Black Knight. Black Knight's amazing.
Yeah, Black Knight is really good.
You wait for somebody to put in their heavy taunt, and you just kill him.
Kill something with a taunt, and then he comes in and he's pretty solid.
Yep. Indeed he is. Black Knight. There he is.
He's 4, 5, or 6, which is not great. He's a Yeti. A Yeti costs 4. He's a 6, but he kills something with taunt.
Yep.
Which, oftentimes, it's not even about having the Black Knight on the board. It's about having that removal. Like, I cast Black Knight, and then now I win because you don't have a taunt anymore.
He's amazing for that. I mean, technically, some people would argue that, you could just play, what's the silencer there for 4? I forget his name. Comes in, I think he's a 4/3.
4/3, yes, that's true.
But then again, he still leaves the character on the board. Black Knight comes in, removes the character. So somebody who, especially if it's a big taunt, like say for instance Lord of the Arena or something, you're literally wasting the entire turn of somebody you're playing against. You wasted their entire turn, and now you also have a heavy hitter on the board.
I mean, it's specific removal, right? It's like you compare it to the Warlock spell that costs 6 and kills a creature.
Right.
This costs 6, kills a creature. Only some types of creature.
Right.
But it also gives you a 4/5.
Yeah. You actually have some damage on the field.
You do.
That they have to pay attention to. So yeah.
Good. Anyway, I have to go sleep this off.
You have to what?
Sleep this off.
Sleep it off?
Yeah, the Maker's Marcus is basically done here.
Yep.
All right. See you next time, folks.
Later.